Hey everybody, y'all have been wanting me to do a video on makeup. I normally have no idea what I'm going to do till I usually come in the bathroom and get started. So I've already got my base on and powder and my primer potion, my Urban Decay. And I think I'm feeling obviously a little blue and maybe some gold. Who knows? Let's see. Let's start with kind of a bronzy color. And I usually do both eyes as I go. I have no real starting place usually. It's just whatever I feel like doing. I've not been professionally trained in makeup. By profession, most of y'all know by now. Your hair chick. I do hair, but this is kind of naturally in the same line of business. It's just something I've just always loved. This is just kind of a goldeny kind of copper color. This green's got a little bit of a goldeny shimmer to it anyway. I really don't discriminate time of year on what colors I feel like wearing. I just think that's a little silly. And even when it comes to hair, I find that a little silly. This is my philosophy. A lot of you have probably heard. I really don't understand why in the winter everybody wants to dye their hair or color their hair darker. I mean, think about it. You're wearing black clothes, darker polish, darker hair, and then you have this pale white skin. I mean, why do we think we have to go gothic just because it's winter time? That just really, I'm going to grab a little bit more of that first color, and it just kind of going back and forth a little bit helps blend it. I really have a tendency to wear my darker colors in the summer when I'm darker. And I really have no discretion on time of day. I don't know who made up all these silly rules. I mean, and that may be part of the extremeness of being a hairstylist. Or really, I consider myself more of a colorist. And maybe that's why I like the color so much. I don't know. I'm going to take the time to take you can take like a stiff angled brush or a flat one, kind of like that if you want. Lately I have been using at the end of my Bobbi Brown brush because it's real thin and stiff. And I just pick a shade, whatever shade I'm in the mood for. And I like to go ahead and fill my eyebrows in just a little bit. I think shadow works better, personally. Pencils, to me, they're just too harsh. These kind of cling to your eyebrow hairs and just kind of makes them a little darker. I'm not totally into coloring your eyebrows, but I have found that it doesn't last as long because you put so many, eye makeup removers and stuff like that really seem to remove it. See, to me that looks just a little better. It just kind of makes them look a little nicer. And for some of you it may feel weird at first, or that the eye color is like really bold at first, but after you get mascara on, it just really tames it down. And I like to do my eyebrows before I put my highlight color in, because then I feel like it doesn't apply as well. It doesn't get down in there as good because it's got all that highlight color fluffed over it. I have like this shimmery, it's like a shimmery gold color that's in my BH palette. I think I'll go ahead and just kind of pop that in there. And that blends with that green really well too. And go ahead and add a little to the tear duct. Oh, and that was this little angle brushed thing, little fluffy thing. Okay. See, I'm just doing this outer V here. This is a pretty bright blue too. See, I just encourage you to come in here and play, because like I said, I wasn't real sure about doing a video because I really don't ever have a plan. It's all about it being fun. Pick up a little bit more of that green. So you'll find you go back and forth reapplying things you've already applied just to get it to blend well. And I do a pat a lot because sometimes I'll just kind of feather like that just a little bit. Just get a little bit more of that highlight color again. It's like a windshield wiper. You just blend, 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 blend some more. And get a little bit more. Sometimes you know, kind of bring it down that way. Make sure your eye shape is basically going the way you want it. When I'm doing my eye makeup and stuff, and I really had to think a minute, but I think I figured it out. It's because you kind of go like this in the mirror, and then the skin on your neck automatically pulls your mouth open. It's kind of a silly little whatever kind of thing. I'm going to go in and take like a really rich chocolatey color and just kind of pop that in right there. See, this is why I like my BH palettes. I have 100, sorry, my East Texas is showing, and 20 shades I can just dip right into, you know. I'm not having to drag out a bunch of individual pieces, which I'm not going to say I don't. I love my Urban Decay. And I have a lot of individual pieces of that, and then I do have some of their palettes. And chocolatey brown kind of makes that blue, and that green just kind of, can you see, kind of pop a little bit. I will use my black eyeliner. This is the Urban Decay, the 24/7 eyeliner. I like it because it goes on so smooth, and it's waterproof, so you can use it on your waterline. I probably really shouldn't be tugging on my eye area, but yeah, no. It's in the, it's the black, it's the 0. They have another black one. called Oil Slick, and I think it has like a bunch of glitter. And usually I like to leave this the lighter shimmery, so I just kind of, if you'll notice, I'm getting in there on the upper waterline there. I only go to about right in there above the eyelashes. And then now it is time for mascara. I love the L'Oreal Voluminous. I get the Carbon Black just because the blacker the better. But I like it because it gets as thick as I want. The more I apply, the heavier it is. It's buildable, and it doesn't smear all over my face. And it makes I like my lashes personally to be really thick. I know some people have small eyes, so they prefer things that just make them dark and long. And that's a preference. I wish I had my friend Ariana Connell's eyelashes, man. Her eyelashes are beautiful. Though she fusses about them. They're so long. I mean, I swear they're like that, and then they curl. She fusses because she ends up getting mascara all up there, but you would think they were fake. They're so beautiful. And then she has these beautiful blue eyes with. I'm making some awful faces, I'm sure. I'll watch back and go, ah! Sometimes when I'm doing hair, I'll make faces and people are like, oh my gosh. What? And I'm like, what? You just don't realize it when you're like concentrating and trying to looking at stuff. You make these horrible faces, so I don't want nobody making fun of me. Cut me a break. I'm going to use a big, kind of, I'm going to softly, just kind of, I don't know if y'all watched that contouring video I posted, but that woman is talented. And I do have a big forehead. The Balm Hot Mama. I love it. It's comparable to NARS, I think. The NARS Orgasm. It's like a peachy, but I'll just kind of pop that part right there. You don't normally want to get it too far in if it's shimmery like this, because it'll make those pores right there around your nose kind of stand out. You know, to each their own. Some people drag this all up in there. And occasionally I will. It's just whatever I'm in the mood for. I really like, I've had a really hard time finding a lip liner that matches my lip tone. Either they're too dark, or they're too pasty, they're too light. It's kind of a real pain. But this is, and I may say this wrong, but it's the Rimmel. And it is the natural color. I also have this in a pencil and the automatic. Okay, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Urban Cowboy, I believe is what this is. Yes, and this also, they have eyeshadow in this color. It's beautiful. It's got a little bit of chunky glitter, so if you don't like the chunky glitter, try the Sin. They also have the Primer Potion in Sin, which I gave to Rachel, my right-hand gal. I'm sure y'all all I love, this is like, I'm surprised I didn't use this. I even have 2 pots of it. Okay. And no, I don't do lip brushes, and that just seems like more work. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes I do use like an eyebrow gel or whatever, but that's pretty much it.